Nemesis here with another anime talk, and this time is, you guessed it, Angel Beats. Now, I was thinking about which anime should I talk about next. I did a, it wasn't a review, but a rant, kind of, with Naruto. If you haven't checked that out, go check it out. If you haven't, it'll be similar to this. Well, the concept of a podcast or a radio talk shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, just looking at a picture right there where you see fucking Yuri, no, not Euripi, and an angel. You know, cool characters in this show. I really like um I really like both of them. You know, they're really good characters, even though Angel doesn't really talk in the beginning till she actually joins up with the group, you know, the SS members, which are a group of teenagers who basically they died in real life, and then they are put in this world where kind of like a link between heaven and life, I believe. So after they accept death, they will disappear. And well, in this case, heaven doesn't really exist. Or well, they reach to the topic where God exists, but he's being unfair because these kids died very young and had a future ahead of them. But they died very young, and then there's a few characters who have a background for them. Not every single one, but a few of them, mainly the main characters. And one of those main characters is Otonashi, which is basically the main character, where he wakes up in this world where everyone's dead. And then you also have other people who are considered NPCs, non-player characters, where in video game terms, in this case, they aren't real people. So basically, they didn't human before. They're just there because somebody created this world for people to enjoy life and accept death. And they did for the show. So that was the main thing about the show. It's about life and stuff. And there are moments where it will make your eyes tear. And it's a pretty short show. Um it was so short that I just wanted more. The characters needed more development, even though they were really good. So there's Otonashi, the main guy who lost his memories before coming there, and then you get to see his background story, which is pretty sad. I'm like, holy shit, it made me tear. And yeah, I teared. So what? You know, if you're a dude, you know, and you see something like very sad, and of course you want to cry. And then there's also Yuri Nakamura, who is the main. She's not the main protagonist, but she is the leader of the SSS, which stands for Jesus Christ Help Me God. I do not know what SSS means. Wait, I think I see it. Oh, funny thing. The SSS is actually Japanese. It means Shindai Sekai Sensen. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, which basically means the afterlife battlefront. And then the, you might get confused if you have watched it. If you haven't watched it, why it says SSS and they're called the Afterlife Battlefront. And why are they called the SSS? It's because it's Japanese. Okay. So Yuri, they like to call them. Her nickname is Yuri. She is very protective, and she is the one who fights back against God, quote unquote, the one who created this world, because she thinks that she was treated unfair in her life. Her background story. I'm not gonna say anything about their background stories. Um, you guys should check it out because I don't want to spoil anything. I'm just saying the main points here. And then there's also Angel, who is known as an angel, who people on that or in that world will think that she's an angel, but she isn't. She's actually human. And then I'm asking myself, how did she get any powers? Because she's able to. She has powers. She's able to fly. She's able to change her fucking hand into a fucking blade. So, kind of like a shapeshifter. And then there's also Hinata, the guy with the blue fucking hair, who is pretty funny in this show. A lot of the characters are pretty funny, especially episode 2, where they go through the fucking traps and shit. That was very hilarious. And the part where they each sacrifice themselves. Uh, you'll understand if you watched it. If you don't, it's better if you watch. Anyway, and then there's also Naoi, god damn it, who people thought he was an NPC, but he wasn't. He's a human. He develops hypnotic powers, which there's a lot of things they left out, especially with Angel and Naoi, who have powers, but nobody knows how they did it. Like, he has powers to hypnotize people. And then there's also other people, but I'm not gonna go through all of them. And so this show is really good. However, it's very short. 12 episodes, I believe. No, 13 episodes. And it's a very fun show to watch. I suggest you watch it. It's very good. The story is it's very unique because you don't see other shows like this where someone dies and you're wondering yourself, where are you going after you die? And so they make this world where you stay on it and there's NPCs like this. So it's kind of like what happens when you reach heaven, kind of. And then when you accept death, you go on to the next life, which they show at the end. I'm not gonna say who and who, but you'll understand who I'm talking about later on after you watch it. And what's funny about the show is that there's blood. There is a lot of blood. And funny thing is that they could die. Well, not really die, but they will come back after a few minutes. So basically, they will regenerate after they get killed, quote unquote killed again. So basically, they get revived every single time they die. and it's pretty hilarious. Like, it makes me laugh so much. There's some parts where it's very hilarious between the crew, and they have weapons to fight against Angel in order to find out why God put them there and stuff like that. And then they find out the truth about the world. I'm not gonna say anymore because I don't want to spoil. But overall, this show is pretty funny. It's There's action, not complete action, but there's action, guns and stuff. Training thing is pretty cool. Considering this is kind of school life-ish, but it isn't really, because no normal high school student will shoot another high school student with a fucking gun. No way in hell. And I wish we could do that, but we can't. But anyway, I think that's it. That's it for this. Um, I know it's much shorter than the Naruto one that I made. The Naruto one is pretty long. It's like almost an hour of me ranting. Since this isn't a rant, it's more of a like shows that you should watch type of shit. You know. Mainly I will talk about other shows that I don't like, and they will be very very long because I want to get my point straight. In this case, the only negativity about the show is that it's pretty short. The characters needed more development. Story needed to be a bit more longer. Didn't have to be very long like a shonen jump, but like maybe like have, because they have a manga where it's like it's a prequel, and Yuri is one of the first few people there. So it should have been better if they didn't have Otonashi in the first place, or you had him come later on, and have Yuri the main character, and have one by one formed SSAs, Triple S, shit, Afterlife, Battleground. Again, it's not a masterpiece story. It's a good story, though has flaws. Same with the characters, needed more. And I can't wait for the special in July, I believe, which is a filler, I bet you. It is a filler. And I can't wait to watch that. It'll be interesting, and I might do a review on that episode. So, hope you guys like this video. I know it's not as good as the other one, but I believe it. I believe the Naruto one was way better, but there's not a lot to say to this show. It's a good show. I don't want to spoil anything, but overall, good shit. Thumbs up. And wonder what anime should I talk about next. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. Woo!